What is up, you guys, and welcome back to the channel. Please do me a favor, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, do everything necessary to get this thing to live long, thrive, and survive. Let's go ahead and take a look at XRP here on the daily time frame. Guys, this is actually a critical moment, right, as we're experiencing some downside. I know that inauguration came in, and it actually started giving us a bunch of volatility, right? Huge drop from that we experienced a 336 top, even up to today, right? 337. And after we just, price action started to kind of decline here. Okay, now, first of all, an important thing to notice here, and congratulations to those of you who actually purchased the ABT momentum channels here, guys. Remember that I'm going to be giving you your access. Make sure to receipt me right at arcabulls@gmail.com and give me your TradingView username so that I can assign it to you right away. Okay, guys, so here's what I want to mention to you first. Number one, we actually got the buy signal here on the daily time frame. Okay, I want to show you this because the present moment is important with the signals that this is giving us. This is actually a buy signal on November 7th of 2024 at 53 cents. Okay, now there has not been, even with this kind of pressure on this downside here, there has not been any sell signal, no sell signal here until finally we received the sell signal right at the close of this candle, which was on December 19th of 2024, right at $2.26. Now, upon the validation of criteria for continuation, this actually gave us a buy side signal at the open of this red bar, which was at 245. Okay, guys, now from 245, this has already gone up to $3.40 and is currently sitting at 308 and still no sell signal. Okay, guys, there's not even a red hue in the background of the clouds. Okay, guys, so there are no, in the channels itself, there are no red indications on the daily time frame whatsoever. Okay, guys, so I'm noticing here that momentum channels is proving to be pretty damn successful in the upper time frames too. Okay, guys, I want to just remind you that it's available to you at a ridiculously low price for now at the end of the year sale. Make sure to catch that link right up here at the top right or in the description below. Get your copy tonight. Okay, guys, now if this is still suggesting an upside, what's the ebb and flow within the middle term time frame or maybe the immediate short term time frame? What is happening within there? Okay, well, the upside targets that we were expecting, hopefully, as far as yesterday, we were waiting for maybe a 341 top, and this thing ended up giving us just about almost a 337 top before price action just came down immediately. I don't even know what was said. I don't even know what was said in the inauguration here, but that's currently what happened. Okay, guys. Now, what are the signals here that are suggesting that maybe this is kind of a short-lived downside? Okay, well, number one, I am noticing here that in the volume profile, we are declining in volume with this decline in price, right? So that usually means that the sell side conviction is not quite there. Okay, now another problem is that sure, we could be at support areas, which means that, volume would essentially drop into that as well. Now, what could be the reason here for us to continue to the upside? Well, we have the first pro crypto president, right? So, and then also the panel is also pro crypto, right? So everything is looking pretty good on that aspect. Could there be reasons beyond that though? Could it be technical reasons or statistical reasons for us to experience these types of pullbacks? Well, we already identified, right, the other day that where we were talking about a potential leave cash around for in case we reached that 304 to 290, and we caught that, right? So congratulations to those of you who did catch that. But are we at a floor? Right, there's presently a lot of contraction happening. I want to show you this in volatility. Okay, so let's start off from maybe, I think it would be probably in the 6-hour time frame, 4-hour time frame. I want to just play it to you. Okay, screw it. We'll do it on the 12-hour time frame. We have some volatility contraction. Remember, that's us decelerating, right? And that could show us that the buy side interest and the sell side interest is currently at a standstill. Okay, now within the range of this top side and this top side, we're currently right in the middle too. So we're kind of hovering right now, which is really interesting. Okay, by daily time frame, we still have that volatility increasing. We still have some upside pivots here, but it's straight across. So that means consolidation too, sideways trading. 3-day time frame is where the signal is still incredibly powerful. Okay, you guys, here's the thing. The 3-day time frame still has a huge upside pivot with massive volatility expansion, which usually indicates continuation to the upside. Now, the candle that's being printed right now, sure, it looks a little bearish, right? But the thing is that this candle is also part of what could be something else. So if we look at this maybe from a bi-daily time frame or a 3-day, even a 4-day time frame, this already is giving us the feel of a potential bull flag in place. So if that's the case, right, if that really is the case, damn, your bull flag target would be something ridiculous, right? And you guys already kind of know how to measure that, right? So that would be, the top of the flag, right, to the very bottom of the flag, and then this thing here would be like that's what you would position, right, to the upper bound of the trend, right? I know that I have drawings over there, so that's why I'm doing it this way. So 20 spot 27%. We'll go ahead and do it right about here again, right? If we can do that. Oh my goodness. Okay, here we go. 20 spot 27%, right? Let me see. Let's just 20% would be right about here. So yeah, that's giving you about a target of around $4.12 if the bull flag were to work out, right? So if it doesn't work out, whatever. But the thing is that yes, in the upper time frames, I'm still catching volatility with massive upside potential and huge expansion in place. Weekly time frame still pivoted towards the upside with a new weekly bar printed. Okay, so if we did close, right? So if we did close the weekly bar and the bi-weekly bar, as you can see clearly here, then this creates what we literally, I just spoke about this in the Executions Master's course, right? Just about 30 minutes ago. I explained to them what happens at the close of a major bar. And we usually get what's called a peekaboo before a potential, 50%, 30 to 50% prior bar pullback, which all of you already in the public know that we get a 60 to 70% chances of that, right? So this is the peekaboo here, right? The biweekly time frame came up to the peekaboo, which is the target that we spoke of, 337, right? We came up to that target, peekaboo. Now we're coming back down. Now there is an area that we can still support from because we did support from it already once in this brand new biweekly bar, which was as low as the 290 zone that you guys used. That's the one that we identified, right? Very cool. Could there be reason for this to drop any lower than that? Well, of course, the biweekly prior bar does show a 50% that would be located at 272, right? But will it happen? The problem still lies on the fact that the bar of the biweekly opened up at 295, right? The problem still lies on the prior bar closing at that 295 as well. And then also we still have the 290. So I honestly still think that the 290 to 295 is still a present floor for this ticker, guys. I think that that's still our present floor. I don't know that we can fly any lower than that at the present moment. So let me go ahead and just get rid of the drawings here and redraw that support bound for you one more time so that you know what I'm talking about, right? So I'm thinking like 295-ish down to the areas of about I'd say 290, right? So if this is still our floor, what can we do here to validate a potential bounce? Okay, so I already spoke about the potentials of a bull flag, right? So that's still within its support bound. What about the immediate short-term time frame, like the 4-day candle, right? The 4-day candle already closed, and this is already the 50%. This is the 50% of the bar, this prior bar here, right? This is the new 4-day one, and we did that 50%. See what I mean? We're catching 50% retrace already. This is the prior 5-day bar and a huge indecision doji, right? Consolidation, that's what's happening. We retraced to its 50%, and now we're sitting right above its 50%. Now, that's why I'm saying that it could lie here on the biweekly time frame. So the biweekly time frame already peekabooed, of course, right? Now, the weekly time frame, yeah, that also peekabooed up to the upside, and it still has that prior bound at exactly the same 273. Let's get granular here. Okay, so 2 hours and 34 minutes to close at least the 8-hour bar, and 30 minutes to close the 6-hour bar, and we're printing indecision dojis all over the place. Could there be a psychological reason for us to use against what's happening right now? Well, let's figure that out. Let's see if we can. I already could see something happening, guys. So actually, I do see something happening pretty interesting. This is already building an inverse head and shoulders right here. You have... Oh man, this thing is definitely not locking, huh? Interesting. All right, so just about here. You have your shoulder here, head and shoulder, potential upside coming in. Do we have any validations that this could be near a floor? Yes, we do. Well, you can see here, price action is dropping, red candles, right? Not only are they getting smaller and smaller, but you can also see that volume is decreasing lower and lower too. That means that we have some sell side inconsistencies. There is not a sell side conviction here happening. Good. So that means that we could very well be poised here to begin to validate this inflection zone, right? Because that's currently where we've been magnetically attracted to, this inflection. Getting closes, daily closes beneath this inflection would be terrible. That would mean absolutely price action could dip down to the 270s, 261. Okay, but since it's not happening just yet and we're declining in volume and potentially building this inverse head and shoulders that's psychologically bullish, what could be the target to the upside? Right? Well, here it could be, right? It would be something potentially similar to this. That means that your shoulder here would essentially recover to reach a regression like this to roughly around, I'd say, 343. So that gives me now the idea that the all-time high is again like I guess it's within our grasp, 343 to 340. So how long would that take? So if you take the length of this here, right? Times 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 bars potentially, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 bars. That could be an average to maybe January 21st, which is not even far away from now, guys. We're looking at January 21st, like when? Tomorrow. Oh my goodness. Could it be actually then? We're on a 4-hour bar. Yes, it can. Now, if I'm saying this correctly, we could be maybe we could be at an entry criteria around nowish. Okay. That's crazy talk, ARCa. Could it actually be? This is where we put our money, guys. You know what I mean? So it would be literally on bets like this. Potential floor is in right now, 302.76 to 306.81. Still potentials to wick down to 298. Those wicks do not put it past it, right? And also remember that I gave you the floor. I think the floor is in. I think that could be 290.22 to 295.75. But I also think that this is your floor before we start continuing towards a potential upside. Now, if that is the case, then that would pertain to, equities reopening into tomorrow. So let's find out. The take profit targets from here. Of course, it's kind of high to look at us resist all the way to 340 to 340, even 343. But that's still, to me, it feels like it would be in the cards for the next couple days, maybe even 1 or 2 days, right? So heads up, because we're definitely getting some bear volume decrease here. We're approaching an area that has confluence with a previous inflection zone, right? And we're potentially going to be closing these bars here pretty soon. Specifically the 6-hour bar, 31 minutes to close the 6 hour. Now, what happens at the close of the 6 hour? Well, that would be a 60 to 70% chance that we'll get a 50% retrace on that, right? Well, that would be upward towards the resistance level, maybe. I would say anywhere between, hard targets would be 314, right? To, 314 to about 310. Those are our upside targets coming in the next, I would say very, very short term. Okay, guys. So it was, 310 to about 314-ish, right about there. 313 to 310, guys. That looks like, from entry at this position here, it looks like this is our next upside target. What's closing soon too, right? 6 hours to close a 12-hour time frame, right? And now what about the day? So the daily time frame would be closing in 18 hours, by daily closing in 1 day, 3-day closing in 18 hours as well. Okay, so the 3-day closing in 18 hours, that means that later on, there could be a little bit of a bounce here from, oh my goodness. Yeah, we're already at the 50% of the 3-day, guys. So if the 3-day time frame still prints with an upside positioning, yeah, I think local supports before a continuation to the upside. Remember that the 3-day time frame would be a little bit bearish too, considering the fact that it would be printing some tweezer tops, okay? So that's a psychological reason to bring price down too. And the 4-day time frame certainly already did that tweezer top, and it's also a red inside bar. It's a little bit bearish there as well, okay, guys? So not the clearest of signals towards the upside, but there are psychological reasons here that this would be considering an upside coming in very soon, specifically from the immediate short-term time frame and all of its contraction and decline in volume with a downside that really clearly indicates that there's a loss of strength in the bear side. Okay, guys. So I hope that you can take this information, with a gigantic grain of salt here. Let's go ahead and move on and be clear about what's happening here. Okay, guys. So please remember to, it's still early enough, guys, join the ARC Masters course so you can learn how to make sure to call out these targets just the way that we have been, right, guys? What can I say, man? I got to try and be as transparent as I can for you, okay? But best of luck to all of you out there. And if any questions or concerns, you already know where to reach me, okay, guys? So let's go ahead and let's put it to an end right here. Please take whatever I do show and iterate within these videos as just a form of entertainment, as I cannot suggest for you to buy, sell, or hold any assets whatsoever, ever. I need you to do your own due diligence, and everything will be cool. But with that said, team, I wish you well, a very, very good rest of your night and or day, and I will catch you at the bell mañana. Adios, team. Oh, yeah.